Hello investors! Babona Seaweed Supplement is an amazing investment. In 2015, the seaweed harvest industry was 13 billion and will grow to 29 billion in 2024. Additionally, this will increase the quality of life of everyone living in healthier environment with healthy livestock. Since methane gases are almost 100 times more potent than carbon dioxide and has the greatest overall impact on the environment, and a single cow releases up to 120 kilograms of methane per year, this accounts for over 28% of methane emissions originating from the farming industry. At Babona, we will alleviate the pain of pollution from methane gas, particularly methane emissions generated from cattle farming. The value is priceless to society to have cleaner air. Our solution will fix the problem up to 99%. Yes, 99%. Our product also has the added value of increasing milk yields, improved and longer breeding cycles, but it is also known to improve the overall health of cows. A dairy farmer in Prince Edward Island recognized that his cows that grazed on washed up seaweed were healthier than his cows that stayed in the field. Further studies revealed that feeding seaweed has proven to reduce methane emissions within the fermentation process of the intestine. Upon digestion, the red algae, called Asparagopsis taxiformis, produces a compound called bromoform, which interacts with enzymes in ruminant stomachs and halts the cycle of methane production before the gas is released into the atmosphere. The magic of adding 2% seaweed into cattle feed reduces methane emissions by 99%. The initial primary target customers are Canadian dairy farmers, which have 972,000 dairy cows. Babona's future expansion included targeting 3.7 million general cows. Our secondary target market will be the state of California, where there are an estimated 5 million cattle. Babona plans to find 5 new customers every month with the help of 6 marketing personnel doing outbound calls and actual farm visits. The first year's goal is to gain 60 customers, each spending $20,000 per month with us. Babona's gross profit per bag is $17. Babona plans to reach its target customers through outbound calls and actual farm visits. A total of 6 marketing representatives will make 45 calls of 10 minutes each a day. Other times, representatives will visit dairy farm cluster areas. The representatives will aim for 2 visits per week in the designated area. Babona will establish an online presence to allow farmers to purchase the seaweed derivative directly. Online sales will be driven by a combination of direct marketing to farmers and word of mouth. Babona will also use social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook to generate brand awareness. Babona will work to establish partnerships with reputable Canadian companies such as Saputo, Parmalat, and Agropur. These partnerships will incentivize dairy farmers to use greener products such as seaweed additives in order to satisfy the environmentally friendly consumer. In order to attract and retain the customers, Babona also offers 30% credit sales in 90 days. Competition is mild in Canada with only 2 competitors and a fast market to grow into. First competitive advantage for Babona will be providing a pure seaweed product than the competition. The second competitive advantage for Babona is its small size, which makes it agile. It can quickly manage the customer's changing requirements for product concentration, varied packaging size, and product form as in liquid, powder, or flakes. Third competitive advantage for Babona is to focus the marketing strategy in Ontario. 4 key players in Babona: Evan Shields, the Chief Executive Officer; Michelle Karasak, Chief Operations Officer; Dorod Evel, Chief Financial Officer; and Ali Raza, Chief Technology Officer. Under the talent triangle of business acumen, operational experience, and domain knowledge, no gaps are present in business acumen because Michelle, Evan, and Dorod have experience making decisions on funds, personnel, and resources. All 4 team members have operational experiences such as logistics, infrastructure, and product development. However, we don't have a team member that develops prototypes. Domain knowledge in determining the seaweed purity is in testing phase, though the team has domain knowledge in business operations, facility management, and human resource management. Babona's management plan is to seek investment from Canadian Agricultural Partnership Program. It's a $3 billion fund that seeks to invest all the funds within 5 years into the agricultural sector. Each partner invested $100,000 of personal funds with a total share of 33%. The remaining amount of 66% will be owned by investors. Projected total sales in the first year are roughly $1.5 million, which yields a gross margin of approximately $1 million. After accounting for fixed expenses, Babona is left with before-tax earnings of roughly $300,000 in the first year, with monthly fixed expenses of approximately $60,000 and a gross margin of $17 per bag of seaweed. 3,500 bags need to be sold in order to break even. Being that the average farmer will need 153 bags per month in order to achieve 2% of their cow's diet, we need to sell to 23 farms to break even. The projection for reaching the break-even point is at 5 months of sales. The financial projections assume each client on average has 90 cows. A growth rate of our customer base by 5 clients per month is expected and was used in the sales projection. A retention rate of 100% was applied as additional customers gained through word of mouth, and other indirect sales are expected to outweigh any farmers who decide to discontinue using Babona's seaweed. Due to this expected customer growth, the chart depicts a steady increase for 36 months following these assumptions. Please note that our fixed expenses may rise once a level of sales is achieved that necessitates the purchase of additional equipment and production facilities in order to keep up with the demand. Currently, the product is in the testing phase to achieve a purified quality. Babona forecasts an increased demand for seaweed considering the upcoming governmental regulations on global warming. Equity will be used to enrich product quality, hiring the staff, and in ordering the machinery. The acquired funding will mostly be consumed by buying the warehouse. Babona is excited to start this venture. The only wait is to confirm the purified results of seaweed. After that, the outside funds and the marketing team will be acquired. Thanks for taking the time to invest in Babona seaweed supplements.